Okay, Becky.
This question comes from Tom Spanfelner, and he'd like to be called Tom Spann from Pennsylvania. He says, in life, business, and investing, strategies often work until they don't work. Other than a massive insurance loss, any thoughts on what could cause the Berkshire enterprise to not work?
I think the only...
Good question.
Yeah. Well, if there were some change, if we got some infection, outside agent of some sort to change the culture in some major way, an invasion of different thought. But as a practical matter, I don't think anything, it's the things you can't think of, but I can't think of anything that can harm Berkshire in a material, permanent way, except weapons of mass destruction, but I don't regard that as a low probability. It would take a recession, a depression, a panic, hurricanes, earthquakes, they all would have some effect. And in some cases, it might even be that we would do better because of them. But if there were a successful, as measured by the aggressor, nuclear, chemical, biological, or cyber attack on the United States, and there are plenty of people that would like to pull that off, or organizations and maybe even a few countries, it could disrupt society to such an extent that it would harm us. But I think with the variety of earning streams, with the asset positions, with the general philosophy of the place, the culture, I think that we would be very close to the last one affected. But if somebody figures out how to kill millions of Americans and totally disrupt society, then all bets are off. Charlie?
Well, I agree. It would take something really extreme.
Yeah.
And just take the question, like British Petroleum took a huge loss with one oil well blowing, and Berkshire has all these independent subsidiaries, and they really are independent. And the parent company is not on it. If there's one horrible accident somewhere, we would tend to pay, of course, maybe more than our legal liability, but we are not one accident in one subsidiary that caused a big lot of damage. We're better protected than most companies.
Yeah.
In every way, Berkshire is structured to handle stresses.
It's the kind of thing we think about all the time, and we've thought about it ever since we started. But I really don't know any company that could take more general adversity or even some specific adversities. But if you get into what could happen with weapons of mass destruction, that is something we can't protect about. But if that ever happens, there'll be more to worry about than the price of Berkshire. Jay.